Hey Leo, welcome to your July 2021 Love and Romance reading. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Happy birthday to the July Leos later on in the month. We're going to see what's coming up, guys. If you're tired of love readings, you came to the right channel. You just clicked on the wrong video. Every week I do forecasts for each of the zodiac signs where we talk about everything other than love. Once a month I do a love video, and that's what this is here. So this is focusing on love and romance for July 2021. Oh, look at this card. This card wants to talk to you guys. Something similar happened to Pisces. We're going to put that aside and we're going to look at that at the end. But this is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And we're going to see what is coming up here. Typically, for me in my readings, this is telling me that this is like what is going to be emphasized, or like putting, like wrapping everything up, like main point kind of thing. We'll look at that at the end. That's like a confirmer or like a emphasizer. So the first card that's coming up here, Leo, is the Hierophant. Now, traditionally speaking, okay, this is for a lot of people, they see Hierophant and they associate it like immediately with like, oh, there's a Taurus person in the mix. And that can definitely be the case for some of you. Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus. However, keep in mind, it could be their moon, their rising, their Venus. I've said this in the past. There was specifically a Taurus involved in a situation I was reading about for somebody, and they would always show up as a Leo. They would show up as the Strength card, right? That's your card, Leo. And they would always show up as a Leo because their moon was Leo. Okay, and they were coming into the situation in a very emotional way. So just be aware of that if you're looking at the astrology, if you're looking at like putting a lot of like astrological associations, it could be a placement of that person. But this is coming up as your first card. So for me in my readings, when I have a major arcana card coming up as the first card between two people, it tells me like this is why, or this is what you guys are going to be dealing with. This is the theme of the relationship. Typically, major arcana cards, when they come up for me between two people, tells me there's a strong past life connection and you guys agreed to meet in this lifetime for a specific reason, for a specific lesson. You guys have a contract. And that here, my dears, is going to be commitment. Okay? The Hierophant is about commitment. It's about truth. Right? It's about living in a way that honors your priorities, your principles, your belief systems. And so some of you might be dealing with someone that has a different belief system than you. It could be a different religion, but not necessarily religion. It could be belief system, ethics, priorities. And so for some of you, you're dealing with a relationship that is challenging your ethics, your principles, your priorities, or challenging or triggering maybe some commitment issues or commitment fears. Now, when I say commitment issues, everybody immediately jumps to, this person, if they have commitment issues, then that means that they want to go and sleep with everybody else and they don't want to be loyal to one person. That's not always the case. That's one type of commitment issue, and that can be happening for some of you. Maybe some of you are like feeling like, oh gosh, can I really commit to one person? Or maybe you're looking at somebody and you're like, I don't know if they're a one person kind of person. But some of you Leos are dealing with your own commitment issues. And what that means is, for some of you, it's not that you want to go out and be with a bunch of other people. You might be really scared to let somebody in. You might be really scared to commit because there's still fears here about getting hurt, about getting let down, about being disappointed, about, somebody kind of, letting you down. Like, oh, what if I trust the wrong person? Okay. Flip side of that, Hierophant says that if you are involved in the things that are aligned with your beliefs, your morals, your priorities, and if you're spending your time in that place doing those things, you're gonna meet the kind of people that aren't gonna let you down, that are aligned, that share your sense of substance. So Leo, some of you are really looking for substance, and you're really scared that you're gonna let the wrong person in, right? You're looking for real deal connection. You're looking for real deal relationship. You're looking for someone who's gonna have your back. You're not looking to play around. You're not looking to party. And you want someone that's gonna bring a sense of tradition into your life. I feel like some of you are like longing for tradition, like the old tried and true ways and methods and ways of life. Some of you are simplifying your life and you're wanting to go back to simpler times. This is especially true for those of you Leos who've been lucky or very blessed financially. Even with everything that's going on right now with the whole world scene, and economics can be a little bit shaky right now for a lot of people, economic situation, and we know there's businesses that are struggling, people that are struggling. But some of you Leos have been very blessed or very lucky in terms of your financial situation, and you're looking around like, I have want of nothing. Like there's nothing absent from my life materially. And you might be seeing people around you who are putting a lot of importance on those things, and people who maybe are coming like or who are like behaving in an ego kind of way, and you're like, I don't want that. Like, I don't want a relationship that's going to be based on money. I don't want a relationship that's going to be based on keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak. I don't want something flashy. I don't want something frivolous and superficial. I want like a real deal commitment, and having each other's back, and best friend, and sense of like ethics. And so a lot of you are wanting to manifest this, or you're calling in this kind of partner. Your next card here is the Seven of Wands. And so for me, Seven of Wands comes up to say, keep going. Like, you're doing the right thing. The things that you've been doing to improve a situation, or the things that you've been doing to make things better, you're on the right path. The only thing you need to look out for is making sure that people aren't pulling you into lower energy. People aren't pulling you into insecurity or fear or drama. Okay, Seven of Wands is a card that comes up when we need to stand our ground. For some of you, you've been dealing with someone who's behaving as if they have commitment issues. Okay, and this is not for all of you, so don't like get panicked, don't like get all offended. Keep in mind, this is a reading where I'm addressing many different people, so it's not only gonna be one kind of scenario. But this happens a lot, right? It happens a lot where people get involved with a friend, and there's a strong emotional connection, and one person says, I want to be more than friends. I want to have a relationship with you. And the other person says, I really care about you. I'm very attracted to you, but my life is really messed up right now. I got a lot of things going on. I have this depression. Parent passed away, or I got laid off from my job, and I don't know where I am financially, and I have to work on myself, and I'm not in the headspace where I could give you the relationship that you deserve. But still, what happens, right? It becomes like a friend with benefits. It becomes this thing of like, well, I'm not seeing anybody else, but I can't like put a label on this. And so the person wonders, okay, well, they're struggling right now, but if this relationship continues, are their feelings going to get strong enough or grow enough to where they choose me and they decide to be in a relationship with me? These cards are saying you need to stand your ground. If you have said, I want a relationship and I don't want to mess around outside of a relationship, you need to keep to that. Otherwise, this person doesn't really have an incentive to make changes, because it's like, well, I already told you I can't give you that. I already told you I can't put a label on it. So therefore, you've been okay with it, and we're just going to continue in this way, right? We won't put a label on it. and we'll just continue. And that's not going to be fulfilling to you. That's not going to make you happy. So Seven of Wands is coming up and saying that you need to basically stand your ground, right? You've set your boundary. You've made it clear what you're looking for in terms of commitment. And if you try to be patient with this person or feel sorry for them or give them time, right, while still giving them that physical relationship, they're not going to give the commitment, because now you have an agreement. Now your agreement is, I understand your feelings. Your feelings are really important to me. I know you're going through a hard time. I know a relationship with me might feel a little bit inconvenient for you right now. So I'm going to put my feelings aside, and our whole relationship is going to be about, me making things easy for you, me making things convenient for you. I'll swallow my feelings, I'll swallow my needs, and it will be about accommodating you. You don't want to be in that kind of agreement. You really don't, Leo, right? So stand your ground here. Okay? Don't give of yourself physically if you've made it clear that you want a relationship, and this person is saying, oh, but I want to go slow, or I don't know, maybe later. Okay, well, we can take the physical stuff slow too until you get that figured out. And if you get that figured out, then we can do the physical stuff. Okay? So having to kind of stand your ground here and having this boundary. Okay? Now, some of you might be defending or upholding a commitment, a relationship, a marriage. Some of you are noticing that there might be people around you that are being very toxic and are kind of like instigating fights or disagreements or arguments, and you're starting to shut that down. Like, you're not allowing the outside influences to come in, and you're committing to handling things between you and your spouse. And some of you Leos, not all of you, some of you Leos kind of feel bad or feel guilty about this, because you're like, you know what, when we were arguing, when we were having a hard time, I did go around telling people what was happening, and now they don't like my partner, now they're saying negative things, but it's really not like that, and it got kind of twisted. And so some of you are feeling bad about it, and you're like, you know what, I'm not going to go talking about my relationship with my friends or family anymore. If I have a problem with my spouse or my partner, I'm going to address it with that person. And people are coming in with their, comments and things, but you might be shutting it down. Like, we're not going to discuss this. We're not going to talk about this. The next card that's coming up here for you, Leo, is the Nine of Swords. And Nine of Swords is fear and anxiety. And Nine of Swords can be insomnia, right? Worried about the future, worried about all the things that might go wrong, right? We talked about that fear of commitment, or that fear of letting the wrong person in. What if I get hurt? What if this happens? What if that happens? Okay? And Nine of Swords tells us a lot of these fears could be very possible things. They could be very logical things. And that's the worst kind of fear, right? Where we can't tell ourselves, oh, well, you know what, you're being unrealistic. That's not possible. That could never happen. You might have fears that are very possible scenarios. But Nine of Swords encourages us not to focus on that, right? We don't want to be like too overly optimistic either. We don't want to say, oh no, only good things are going to happen. Nothing bad will ever happen. La, 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 la. Only good, only good, only good. Let's face it doesn't always work out that way, right? But Nine of Swords is optimism with caution and preparedness. So when Nine of Swords comes up, this is a time that we really have to establish a relationship with God, with universe, with higher self. And we have to really look at our fears and be like, okay, what are the things I'm scared might happen? What are some things that I can do right now to protect myself, or to ensure like a more positive outcome? And what are some little safety nets I can lay down in case my fear actually happens? What are some things that I can do to be prepared in case things go wrong, or in case this thing happens? The rest of it, which is not in your control, you have to take this to your higher power. God, these are the things that I'm afraid about, I'm worried about. Here's what I'm doing to try to help the situation. Please help me, please direct me, please guide me. If it is for the highest good of all involved to prevent these things from happening, please prevent them from happening. But if they need to happen, and if they do happen, thank you for guiding me through them. And then you just have to release it. You have to just release it, that whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You can only do so much. You can only do what's in your power, and to move by faith moving forward from there on. Okay? Nine of Swords can also be that you have a fear of how people are seeing you, or how people are viewing you. And I feel for some of you, this is because you're finding yourself in a situation where you're putting aside your principles, your priorities, maybe even your morals, because of a really strong connection with somebody. You can't do that. If there's a relationship that's making you feel like you're doing the wrong thing, you have to listen to your inner compass. You have to listen to your inner compass, because your inner compass, it's your compass, it's guiding you. And if it's off, and if it's telling you, this isn't right, we got to change direction, we need to listen to that. And we need to let go of judging ourselves. We need to let go of beating up ourselves, and we need to let go of being worried what other people are going to think. Okay? Your next card coming up here, my dears, is the Three of Swords. Now, for some of you, right, you've been holding on to a person or situation, and you've had fears about it. You're waiting for them to come around. You're waiting for them to get their acts together. And Three of Swords, for me, a lot of the times in my reading, is a truth being revealed. Okay, Spirit will show you, this is the true colors of this person. This is the truth of this situation. This is the truth of what's going on. And it can hurt, but it's happening because Spirit wants to free us or save us from putting our loyalty or commitment in the wrong person, or for sacrificing for the wrong person. Some of you may have a very long-standing relationship that's pretty solid, but there could be this temptation with this past life connection, and you're getting ready to sacrifice a really solid relationship for this temptation. And Spirit may step in and say, nope, you don't want to sacrifice what you have for this person. Here's the truth of the situation. Okay? Other ones of you who are single, maybe you've been making sacrifices for a person, or waiting for a person, and Spirit is saying you shouldn't sacrifice or wait for this person anymore. Or maybe it's friends or family that are like getting in the way of you having a healthy love life, and Spirit might show you these are people that are kind of instigating, or they're acting as like a block for you. So whatever the situation or the case might be, Spirit is shining truth on you, for you, Leos, around like who are the wrong people to trust in, who are the wrong people to sacrifice for. Some of you have been asking for this. We're in really powerful manifesting energy right now. We're in really powerful manifesting energy right now. And so many of you are manifesting this. You've asked for this. Show me where the snakes in the grass are. Show me who is sincere. Show me who's not sincere. You asked for it, Leo. You have to be ready to see it. You asked for the truth. You have to be ready to see the truth. Because Three of Swords tells us it's going to be shown to you. Okay? Some of you who are single, and you're like, there's nobody interfering with my life. There's no prospect. There's no temptation right now. But I want to find love. Three of Swords is letting us know whatever you've pushed down, whatever you've repressed over the years because you've had to be busy and you've had to pick yourself up by the bootstraps and go. These things that you've pushed down and repressed over the years are blocking you in love. And you asked to be unblocked. And so Three of Swords is telling us it's all going to come out. It's all going to come to the surface. You might have a really good cry. You might have a really good release. It might last a few days. It might last a week, a couple of weeks for some of you. but not something that's going to go months and months and months and months. At least that's what I've seen in the Three of Swords. It's fairly quick. It's not something that's going to like linger for a really long time. But you're going to get it all out of your system. You're going to get all cleared up so that you have room to receive. You have room to receive. Okay? Your next card here is the Two of Wands. And Two of Wands is choices and decisions. So we've said that a lot of you are having to make a really big choice, a really big decision. You don't want to wait too long, okay? But you want to really consider what you're giving up for these choices or these decisions. So some of you might have a prospect for a relationship that's causing you to give up something that's important to you. You have to pay attention to that. You have to be aware of that. What are you getting, but what are you giving up? Some of you are having to choose between two people, and you're being asked to choose wisely. Spirit will show you the truth. The true colors will come out, and it's up to you to believe the truth once it's shown to you. If somebody shows you who they really are, you need to believe them, Leo. Your next card here, my dears, is the High Priestess. And this is another major arcana card. High Priestess is a healer. You know, for me, when the High Priestess comes up, your energy is healing, you're clearing. Your chakras are aligned and running on all full cylinders here. And so you're going to have beautiful, powerful energy flowing through your body. And this makes you very irresistible. A lot of the times people who are hurting, who have some kind of void, who are avoiding doing their work, they're going to come rushing to you because they want to attach to you. They want to feed off of your delicious energy. It's very parasitic. And so it can feel very, very like big chemistry. You know, even if you are physically intimate with this person, it can feel really amazing and it can feel like fireworks. But what happens is you feel very like something is missing after they walk away. After they walk away, you feel like, a part of you is missing. And it's because they've tapped into you and they've fed off of you like a vampire during that exchange. They walk away feeling filled up. They walk away feeling on top of the world. And you end up feeling like something is missing without them around. Like a piece of you is missing without them around. Because they've sucked up a big piece of your energy. The good news is that your energy will eventually return back to you, but then they're going to come cycling back and they're going to look to like have another feeding. And then this person will just come in and out, in and out, in and out like that. Okay? And you're like, oh, but it's such a powerful, connection. So you have to protect your energy here. You know, the lesson for me in my readings with the High Priestess is that not everybody who wants you gets to have you. Okay? So keep this in mind. Not everybody who wants you gets to have you. Alternatively, High Priestess can also be a representative of Pisces energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces. If I'm not mistaken, this also came up, Leo came up for Pisces. So some of you could be dealing with a Pisces or may have a Pisces placement that's really kind of coming in full force and affecting your love life here in the month of July. You may want to check out your moon sign, rising sign, and Venus sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Don't forget to check out the weekly forecasts, guys. Take care. Bye.